Have you ever had one of those moments where your brain snaps out of autopilot and you realize you're doing free labor for a multi-billion dollar corporation? I was standing in the supermarket parking lot recently, gleefully pushing my grocery cart into the metal corral like an unpaid valet, like a good little girl, when it hit me. We are living in a world where we have become trained monkeys. They have trained us to do all of these various things today that either didn't exist when we were younger or used to be done by people that were getting paid to do it. Somewhere along the line, we all became highly obedient sheeple. Take pumping gas. I remember pulling up to a station, rolling down the window, and letting a nice guy in a uniform pump the gas, check the oil, clean the windshield, and put air in my tires. They called it full service. Today, we stand out in the freezing, sleet, snow, any kind of weather, fighting a digital screen that is screaming out advertisements like a gas station television while we pump our own fuel. Then there's the grocery store checkout. Remember when a real live human used to bag our groceries? They had the skill of a Tetris champion. The bread went on top, the cans went on bottom. Today, we're encouraged to bag our own groceries. Or you're shoved into a self-checkout lane where a robot voice repeatedly accuses you of shoplifting because there's an unexpected item in the bagging area. You stand there sweating, trying to remember if you bought your own reusable bags, bought their bags, or need to pay 10 cents for a bag that will inevitably rip open the second you reach the parking lot. Think about it. You're essentially paying the store for the privilege of working a shift for them. And don't get me started on mandatory recycling. I'm all for saving the polar bears, but the whole thing has gotten ridiculous when they tell you you have to do it and then charge you for it. Today, in many communities, recycling is not just something you're encouraged to do. There are mandatory programs, specific requirements. You have to put this type of paper here. You have to clean out the container and put it there. And there's all of these rules that you need to follow about putting it in the specific bin. There's special pickup days. You know, when I think about it, they used to pay us to return glass soft drink bottles to the store. And now they want us to pay them for the privilege of recycling. Something's backwards here. But here's the one that really, really gets my blood pressure up. Signing for over-the-counter cold medicine. Over the counter. It used to mean you walked in, you grabbed it, you paid, and left. Now, if you want to buy cold medicine, you have to approach the pharmacy counter like a black market smuggler. You have to hand over your government ID, look the pharmacist in the eye, and sign a federal ledger just to buy a box of Zyrtec D. You know what? I'm just trying to help my husband fix his stuffy nose, not fund a criminal empire. And then there's the same thing that happens at the bank. If you try to take out a decent chunk of your own money, your hard-earned cash, the teller looks at you like you're plotting a heist. Back in the day, you just walk in and said, "Give me my money." They handed it over and the conversation ended with a free lollipop. Now, asking for your own money triggers a federal reporting requirement, an internal investigation, and an awkward interrogation about your weekend plans. It's none of your business. I want to bury it in a mayonnaise jar in the backyard. We've traded everyday freedom for a mountain of micromanagement. We used to be able to walk on an airplane. We used to walk on an airplane with a pocket knife and a smile. Now you have to let a machine scan your stuff just to fly to Toledo. Everywhere you look, there's a camera watching you, a sign telling you what to do, or an institution making a decision for you. I don't want to get to the point where I just blindly follow every rule because a committee somewhere decided it was best for me. I want to keep thinking for myself, even if it means putting the loaf of bread in the same bag as the heavy soup cans. What's one everyday thing you remember doing years ago that would get you arrested, require 3 forms of ID, or need a permit today? Drop it in the comments. I have a feeling some of your answers are going to be very interesting, and I can't wait to read them. Thanks for watching. I'm Marlene with Rebel Retirement. I'll see you next time. Hey, you guys, please take a look around my channel. I have hundreds of videos on topics including Social Security, Medicare, how to get out of debt, pros and cons of moving, relationship issues, health topics, and more. And all of these videos are based on my experience and what I have learned in retirement. And I know that many people are worried about money in retirement, and this is exactly why Rebel Retiree and I created our just-in-time retirement series. And it's absolutely free, you guys, so it doesn't hurt to take a look at it. It's a mindset-based retirement planning strategy that eliminates waste and aligns your finances with your goals and values. With continuous improvement, you free up your resources to create an abundant retirement lifestyle. So I recommend viewing the playlist on this channel. And to get the full picture, visit our website, rebelretirement.com. And if you are nearing retirement and worried about your financial future, you're going to get a whole different viewpoint. See for yourself at rebelretirement.com.